Have you guys been keeping up on this issue of the President of the United States murdering civilians in the Caribbean? Man, it is getting out of hand. You know, he says that he is ordering targeted, legal military strikes against who he claims to be narco-terrorists. And yet what it is appearing to be the case more and more is that many of these people are not narco-terrorists, are not drug smugglers. Many of them are innocent civilians. We have the president of Colombia now making a statement saying that at least one of the people who the president of the United States murdered, and I call this murder because it's an illegal killing done intentionally. That's murder. You'll hear some in the media refer to it as a extrajudicial killing. That's another way of saying murder. Why don't you just call it what it is? It's fucking murder. He's ordering these people be blown up without any legal authority to do so. And just labeling someone a narco-terrorist or whatever the hell you want to label them does not convey unto yourself any additional authority to use the military to kill these people. You don't get to just label them narco-terrorists and then just kill them. Okay. If these people are engaging in hostile acts, and if you want to say that drug smuggling is a hostile act against the United States, and we need to use the military to respond to these people and take them out, then you go to Congress, you make that case, and you get authority to do it. Just doing it on your own because you call them narco-terrorists doesn't give you any legal authority to do it. This whole thing is illegal from top to bottom. Anyway, we have the president of Colombia now saying that at least one of the people he murdered was a not a Venezuelan narco-terrorist, but a Colombian fisherman with no ties whatsoever to the drug trade. Just a fisherman who was stalled. He was in distress and putting out a distress signal for assistance because his engines shit the bed on him and he was just stranded out there in the ocean. And Trump had him blown up, murdered. And the president of Colombia is pissed. He is essentially accusing the president of the United States of murder and demanding answers from the United States. Well, I wish him luck, but he's not going to get any answers. Congress has been trying to get answers. They don't get answers either. Donald Trump feels that he is above the law, which, in essence, to a large degree, the Supreme Court has ruled that he is. And given that we have a Congress who will never stand up to him, at least as it is currently constituted, and insofar as they remain more afraid of Trump than they are of anyone else, they will never do anything to hold him to account. So he gives them no answers. He's certainly not going to give the president of Colombia any answers. But this shit is off the charts, out of control. If this had been any other administration, this alone would be a scandal of immense proportion. That's all we would be talking about. And there would certainly, at the bare minimum, be investigations in Congress, hearings, maybe calls for impeachment. Certainly there should be calls for impeachment. The president of the United States is using our military to illegally murder civilians. This is some sick shit. This man is a war criminal. Both he and Pete Hegseth should be brought up on war crimes. These people should be in prison. You see that the commander of Southcom, the region of authority covering what's going on there in the Caribbean, the commander in charge of all of this, he quit because he knows this shit's illegal. He doesn't want any part of it. So he resigned. You hear much about that in the media? Of course it was reported, but do you hear them making much of it? Do you hear anyone in Congress making much of this? We have the commander quitting, resigning, because the President of the United States is illegally ordering civilians to be murdered in his area of operation. He said, fuck this, I can't carry out these illegal orders, I resign. You don't get much of a peep from the media. Donald Trump, at some point, needs to be impeached and removed from office and prosecuted. Let the courts worry about whether or not he gets immunity for the various crimes for which he should be indicted. Let him file a motion to dismiss whatever indictments are brought against him. Let him make his argument to the courts why he believes that the Supreme Court's decision applies to each individual crime, and let the courts decide the issue of immunity. Let's not throw our hands up in the air and say, well, the Supreme Court said he's immune, so we're not even going to bother bringing charges. Even the Supreme Court's decision did not say that he is immune from all crimes. In fact, had he not been reelected, he would have been put on trial in those cases in which he was indicted. The Supreme Court did not say he was immune in those cases. So he still can be prosecuted. Depends on the crime, depends on the factual circumstances. But this man has committed so many crimes just since becoming president in January. He needs to be impeached and removed and prosecuted. Don't know if we'll ever get there, but that's what needs to happen. And let me tell you one final thing here. If we have any chance in a post-Trump world saving this country and putting it back on a footing as a law-based constitutional republic, then the people who carried out Donald Trump's orders, and to whatever extent possible, Donald Trump himself, need to be held accountable. If, God willing, a Democrat becomes president in January 2029, he or she better damn well not say, you know what, let's move on. Let's not seek retribution. Let's not prosecute anyone from the prior administration. Let's just move on. Better damn well not do that. There need to be consequences for the crimes that were committed by this president and the people carrying out his illegal orders. You cannot sustain a republic where the people who commit these kind of crimes are allowed to get away with it. There have to be consequences. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a deeper dive on Trump's murders of people, of civilians in the Caribbean on the Romano Report. Hopefully tomorrow. We'll see what the news of the day is, but I want to do a deeper dive, so please check that out. And thanks for watching. Talk to you again soon.